The final application we're going to look at in OpenOffice is the presentation software. I'm opening up OpenOffice. I'm going to go down to Presentation. It's called Impress. When you first open it up, you'll see a presentation wizard comes up, and we have some options of a presentation, an empty one, or one from a template. I'm actually going to select just an empty presentation because when we do go into it and create one, we can actually see the templates there. It's a little bit easier, I think, to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Create, and I've created then a blank presentation. You can see it says openoffice.org Impress. If you're familiar with PowerPoint, this is a little bit different. There are some items that just look a little different in here. You have some features actually in this that you don't have in PowerPoint. I like some of the features in OpenOffice actually better than I like the ones in PowerPoint. Some of them, there are some really neat things to look at. Let's look at the window for a second, and you'll see that we have the main menu. And we have what was typically called our formatting toolbar before, where we have some options in here to open files and save them, different things. We also have another toolbar that's open down here for working with lines. On the left side, we have our slide view that we can see. We also have the original slide, or the slide that we're working on in the center. On the right, we have a task pane. The task pane has different sections that we can look at. I'm going to go to the View button up here and do the down arrow, and you can see I have all of these different sheets that I can look at, and they're all turned on, and that's typically how I would like it, so I can have them all just as at a touch. If I go to Master Pages on there, you can see there are where my templates are. So I can look down at the different templates and choose one. I can select one here, and if I click on that, it will bring up that as a background. I don't like that. I think it's a little busy. I can come up here and select a different one. This is called Red Noise Shapes. Choose it. That's a little better. There's one on up here I like some. This is called Characters with Glow. I'm going to click on it. And there I have a nice blue background with some letters on it. I also have my title slide up. I'm going to go in and just type here for my title. I'm going to call it OpenOffice. There's no space actually. And down where it says click. Click to add text. I'm going to type in presentation. My mouse out of the way. Now there is something in OpenOffice, like I said before, that we don't have in PowerPoint that I really like. I'm going to go up to view my toolbars, go down to toolbars, and you can see I have a number of them there. There are a couple that I want to turn on. One of them that I want to have on down here is the color bar. I'm going to click on it, and look at that. Down here now, we have all the different colors in the color palette, and we can easily change the color of our font or our background or whatever I want. For example, if I go up to OpenOffice and select the text up there, I can come down here and select a coordinating color. So if I want to select perhaps a gray shade over here for my text, I can come up here and make it bold. And then I'm also going to come up here on my formatting toolbar and click the increase font a few times. And there I have increased the font on that, but notice it's also changed to the color I selected down there, and you can see on this palette that color is selected. I'm going to come down to presentation click on that. If I, again, click on the increase font, I can make that bigger. Now look what happens if I have my text box there selected and I come down and choose a color. It does the autofill, or not the autofill, but it does the fill to fill in the box. That doesn't look very good, so I'm going to come over here to invisible and make no fill in there. But I can come in and select that text and choose a color for it. And let's see, we'll choose there. Now I chose a pretty light color, so maybe I will come in here and select the box and do a darker gray for that. So there I have my slide prepared. If I want to go to a new slide then to create, we have a small toolbar up here that has that option on it. You can see I have slide, slide layout, slide design, and then slide show. I'm just going to click on slide. I have a new slide there. I'm going to come over here to layouts, and I'm going to click on the layout button that's blank. And now I'm going to come down to the drawing toolbar that's at the bottom, and there's a little box down here with an A in it. And that's similar to word art that we have in Microsoft Office. I'm just going to select one of these and do OK. And you can see it comes in like that, font work. I'm going to double click on it, and it brings up what would be where you insert the text. I'm going to delete what's there, font work, and just put in Impress. And then hit escape. And there it's changed my text to that. I can enlarge the box. Now if I go back to my first slide, I can go up to my slideshow. Oops, I clicked a little too quickly there. I'm just going to right click, go to previous. There's my first slide and my second. And I'll end the presentation. There are other things that you can do with your animation, and if you look at this, this is very similar to PowerPoint, so I'm not going to go into that any further. Or the transition, again, very similar to it. So give OpenOffice a try. You'll find that for the price, nothing, it is an excellent value.